when I came to faith, I heard all these people talking about, well, you need to have a quiet time. You need to have a quiet time. And I'm like, okay, that's great. What does it look like and how do we do that? And it was probably 10 years before I really got a full understanding of what it looked like, because somebody sat down and modeled it for me. And I saw what it looked like. And so since that time, it's been such a heart of mine to share that. So that's why I love this opportunity to share with you on that. But for me, what's so key is that I realized, what I get on Sunday morning, and at that time we went to church on Sunday night and Wednesday night too, it wasn't enough to bring about transformation. And I found that every morning I needed to get before the Lord, seek his face, and to be honest, to beat down this flesh so that I could walk in the Spirit the rest of the day. Sometimes I had to go to bed at 3:00 in the afternoon. I didn't beat the flesh down enough, but that's the goal, is to beat the flesh down and choose to walk in the Spirit over the flesh. And so for me, that's why it's so critical for me to have a daily quiet time in the morning. Because it is a battle, we have to prepare before, whether the night before is when I try and do that. So I fix my coffee pot and I, lay out my books and make sure that what I can see sitting from my quiet time chair is clean and orderly. It might be going crazy behind me, but from what I can see, there's no laundry or a mess or dirty dishes. And that prepares me. So in the morning when that alarm goes off, I know Jesus Christ is waiting for me to come and sit on that sofa with him. I'm motivated to do it because all I've got to do is get up, pour the cup of coffee, and sit down. And so what quiet time looks like has got to begin the night before. Don't wait until you're like, oh, I need to go to bed at 8 so I can get up early. Just start getting up early, and guess what? You'll go to bed early. And so don't wait for it to be all perfect before you start doing it. Just start doing it. So once you get up in the morning, pour that cup of coffee or do whatever you need to do to get ready in the morning before you sit down with Jesus. Sit down, and the first thing is just to seek his face. Just spend a few minutes in prayer. For me, I'm a big journaler, and because I get distracted easily, and so I'll journal out the prayer. Just spend 5 minutes or so just sharing. Sometimes I laugh at myself because it's almost sometimes like a diary of what happened yesterday, as if he wasn't with us. Like he didn't see it happening, but it helps me process my feelings and my thoughts and say, that really hurt, or I didn't like that, or that was really fun, or thank you so much for this gift. Just kind of process through the day. And then once kind of get your heart settled and in line, there's a lot of things you can add to that. Of course, just Bible reading. Right now I'm reading the Message through in a year, and it's 100 different sections that it's broken up to chronologically. So I'm just reading the Message version because I've never done that. Of course, I'm doing a First Place for Health Bible study, which is always great and gets me digging into the word deeper level than just the surface level of the quantity. And then I'm a big believer in prayer books. I know when I first started walking with the Lord, I would want to pray. I'd want to intercede. I'd want to support my friends and those that I loved through intercession. But I'd get past about, I love them, Lord, bless them, and help them do good in work and school today. And then it was hard to keep going from there. And so the prayer books, Prayers That Avail Much for the Family, other things that are resources that I'm sure we can at least get a list associated with this that you can access to know what kind of prayer books I can have that will help me effectively pray for my friends, my family, my neighbors, because that really is the effective prayer of a righteous man will avail much. I remember one of my mentors early in my life shared with me, imagine Jesus sitting on that sofa. And you get up and you jump in the shower and you wash your hair and you do your face and you run out the door and you say, hey, I'll get you when I come back. And Jesus is just sitting there patiently waiting for you. And then you come back in and you get dinner on the table and then you're too tired to do anything, or you might throw your tennis shoes on and even go out and exercise. But then it's 10:30, 11 o'clock at night and you just go to bed and you say, well, Jesus, I'll get you tomorrow. So my motivation became, I do not want to walk by Jesus while he's waiting to spend time with me and let him just sit there alone because I'm too busy to spend time with Jesus to get to the point where I need to be. So because of that, I'm motivated to them. If you want to change who you are, what you do, and how you respond to things, you've got to change what you do. And the very first thing you've got to do is add the Word of God into it, because it's the only thing that will transform your mind. We transform our minds, we'll transform our thoughts. We transform our thoughts, we'll transform our habits. And that is what life is made of.